living real life in the Republic of Benin beyond the fancy in the city. So I am here with her, and we are going to have a very, very sweet conversation. Whether you are from the US or you want to relocate to the Republic of Benin, this is the conversation you should listen to. So, can I know you?
Yes, how you doing? My name is Nikki. I'm from the United States of America, and I came here because I actually seen his videos on YouTube, and I was so interested in the culture.
You've been here for the past 4 days or 5 days. So, like, what is your impression of Benin generally?
Well, what I like the most here is the fresh fruits.
Okay.
The watermelon had seeds in it, and that is hard in the United States to get. It was very fresh. It was very filling. The pineapples were very juicy, very sweet. I really enjoyed the fruits. I really like fish. I taste several different kinds of fish. The fish was very, very fresh. The fish was very good. I did taste like a little local foods. I tasted.
Okay, so you taste. I believe you tasted donuts.
Yes, the donuts. The donuts were really good. They remind me of like a fried cake that we would have in the United States with powdered sugar, but they don't have powdered sugar. And what I like most here is that they eat very clean. So
yeah, you have the opportunity to eat right from the farm. You don't get to put any chemical. We also have the opportunity to use organic manure for our crops. So I think we are like fine on that aspect. Now, you experience the voodoo, a particular voodoo entertainment. So, like, it was a very wonderful experience. So, like, I just want you to talk about a bit about it.
okay, so that was my very, very, very first live performance that I had ever seen, and it wowed me. The colors, the people, the interactions, everything was really awesome. It is a bit shocking though, because it was my first time seeing. So he always said, just enjoy yourself. I think I was enjoying myself a little bit too much, but overall, I really enjoyed everything that I seen, from the people, from the dances, from the drums to the music. It was a great interaction, and it's very, very, very hot here. So if you love heat, this is where you need to be.
Okay, now we experienced some kind of mysterious displays.
Oh yes.
Yes. So do you like in your life, like living throughout your life, have you experienced anything like that?
I've never seen anything like that ever before. I've never seen it, but it was so entertaining. Each moment was a wow moment. Like, oh my goodness, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? But it has to be explained for you to understand. So if it wouldn't have been explained, I wouldn't have understood it. So I'm glad that he was there to explain everything to me, and I super enjoyed it.
When it comes to the voodoo spirituality, most people in the US believe Haiti or the Caribbean are the one that do voodoo. But in reality of things, Benin is the birthplace of voodoo, and there is no other place in the world where you see raw voodoo display like it is in the Benin.
Right.
Yeah, because like in the 80s, like you see people get into trance, but of course with Koku, what we just watched, the trance are more dramatic. Yes.
So that was my first time. If I wouldn't have seen it for myself, I wouldn't have believed it. I didn't even know that it was real, and that's why I wanted to come here to witness it myself, because I didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
But it is indeed real.
Yeah. So now let's discuss about you watching people living in the rural parts of the Republic of Benin, because you have seen people live everyday life here. So how is the experience? Just tell me how the experience is like.
I believe that the people here are one of the most hardworking people I've ever seen in my life. From the women carrying the water, bathing the children, carrying the children and the water, just from them cooking, cleaning. I've never seen a culture, and they're very welcoming and very warming. I've never seen it before. They are some. I believe in the U.S. it will be very challenging for us, especially for myself. But these women have it under control, and so does the men. The men are more. I see a lot of the men like in transporting, and the men are like the breadwinners of the family. So the women are the ones I see that works the hardest, and yeah.
Okay, we got to know from my YouTube channel. So
Yes.
like now, from the first day you begin to interact with me until the day you came here, from the first day until the day I picked you up from the airport, how was the experience like to you?
The experience was very, very welcoming. I felt safe the entire time. You were there before I even got, like I was looking for you, but you had already spotted me. You got me a driver, of course.
Yeah.
And then we drove through the entire Benin from, where did we go?
The first place is the Amazon Square.
Yes, Amazon.
And
Yes.
Amazon Monument is also the second tallest statue in the world.
Yes, and so the statue that I seen was from the movie called The Woman King.
Yes.
And I was amazed. It is very beautiful in real life. She is very tall. She looks very strong. And I just felt amazed to be there. I was very happy that was the first stop that we made.
Yeah.
Because it wowed me from the time I seen the statue until it was time to go.
Yeah, hosting you, like, how was the experience like? Now I want you to be as honest as you can, because this is very, very important. So, what were the yeses and the no's for you, hosting you?
Okay, so because this was my first experience, I just want to say that you were very, very excellent. I think that you are extremely professional. I think that you take your job extremely serious. If someone was to even get too close, even if they were being friendly, you was like, no, no, no. You was there all the way. You didn't leave my side. You've never left my side. Everything I've had to ask him, and I am a person that asks thousands of questions, he was there to explain to me in great English. The difference, because I am from the city and I am living here now in a rural area, it's just the dirt roads. It's very dry, so like your hair can get dusty just because you're walking somewhere and things of that sort. So, but like it's to be expected because it's a dirt road. But the service that you and your wife have given me has been expertise.
Yeah.
Like it has been phenomenal. So if I was to rate you 5 stars, I would give you 10.
Wow. Now, there is this, I traveled a lot.
Yes.
So I know how it feels when you know nobody in a certain place.
Yes.
And you are supposed to visit. Let me say a bit of professionalism and exposure, because from way back 10 years ago, I began to work with people. They are really African living in the US and almost all parts of the world. So I know there are some idea of it. And of course, you mentioned something like you are someone who has thousands of questions. And there are times you always tell me, oh, don't get angry, don't get frustrated. And of course, I think it is perfect for you to ask me a lot of questions.
Yes.
Because by you asking me a lot of questions, I have ideas of what other people may ask me whenever they come.
Yes.
Yeah, because I do have a lot of people visiting. Like, I have an idea of how many of those questions will make very good content. I think I like the questions. I like the conversations. Of course, we discuss a lot about, like, a bit about your father. Now, I was alone today, and I was laughing alone. I said, wow, there are people almost like we have people, the same people all over the world. Yeah. It is my job to get that done. You learn some shocking things in the Republic of Benin.
Yes.
When it comes to families.
Yes.
You can see this is my house, and you can see my brother there. If my father was alive, like if you were here less than a year ago, my father was alive and he could be here, and my mother is somewhere, and then everywhere you get to see everybody, all the family. So, like, how do you feel like compared to the US?
Compared to the U.S., once again, that is in the U.S., but it's rare. I have met so many of his family members, and they were extremely happy to greet me. I think that's what I liked about it the most. Every family member greeted me as if I was also family. I was able to see your senior brother. One of your senior brothers is a party animal. I enjoy watching him. He has a wonderful spirit. I guess that all just runs in your family. Everyone has been exceptionally fond of me, and I appreciate that. And I just like the good vibes and the good aura that everyone has shown me. And I just appreciate everyone coming every day just to say bonjour.
Yeah. Bonjour means good morning.
Good morning. And bonsoir.
Bonsoir is good afternoon.
And good afternoon.
Yes.
I'm rusty, but I'm learning. I like the fact that everywhere I have went with you, everyone has been extremely welcoming. I know I can come off and I look a little different, but it's just like they treated me very, very much with great hospitality.
So now let's talk about business now in the Republic of Benin. Of course, we discussed, I told you how the way in the US is more open for us. But of course, there are also some great businesses that I think we discussed here in the Republic of Benin. And one of the primary one is in agriculture and red oil commodity, exporting red oil or getting red oil from local women and reselling them at a profit. And there was a discussion you also had with me, because I want to globalize everything so that the question can be as thick as it should. And you say, oh, do you take a nap? And I say, yes, I do. I say, like, for how long? And I say, for like 45 minutes. You know, maybe you thought it's 45 minutes, but it's actually 5 minutes. Like, I really want to have that conversation now. So,
so you are a very hard-working man. Even if no matter where we have went, so many people in the village knows him. So everyone is coming, asking you questions, and you're doing this, and you're taking care of this, and you're showing me this, and you're answering my questions. This was the first time that I've ever seen palms and palm oils, not palm trees, because they're everywhere. But I never knew what palms was until you explained it to me. And you showed me what they were.
So, like, you don't have palms in US?
We have palm trees. I'm sure we have palms, but this is the first time that I've experienced and seen them for myself.
Okay, now I believe I interacted with a lot of people from the US, and one thing I discovered from them is some of them who have visited Africa know palm oil, but in the US it seems they don't take it at all. They don't eat it at all. But palm oil is used in a lot of stuff. Like palm oil is used in lotions that we wear daily, that you rub on your skin daily. In cosmetics, palm oil is a very, very important ingredient. Personally, I don't eat beans without palm oil. Yes, so it is a no for me. And more importantly, like as someone who is endeared to business, I've been doing palm oil trading for the past 7 years. And of course, now I took you to my farm where I will be planting over half of an hectare of palm trees. So I think basically palm oil business is a very lucrative business here, and of course I do get a few people from the US who ask me to get some for them, and of course I do get it for them at a lower price when the price is low, especially this month and next month, like the next 3 months. And then when the price become very expensive around December or November, I do sell them, and of course at 30, 35, and during lucky years you get up to 70% return on your investment.
So that's a great. When you told me that, I was shocked and I was amazed, and I just was willing to learn about more of it. I like the fact that everything is fresh. Your farm was excellent. You were showing me how to actually plant the palms. I like that. I learned a lot here. It wasn't just trip just to come. It was a learning trip. It was very knowledgeable. And I like the fact that I learned so much about palms because I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, it is not strange that you don't know much about it because a lot of people from the US also don't.
Right.
Yeah, but we have African living in the US who know exactly how it works. Of course, I think I show you where my store, where of course the store is also in my house, but I build the store large so that it can contain some of this thing. But this is what I want to tell you. If you were to describe like life or business life based on what you saw me doing or maybe like trading life in the Republic of Benin based on your 4 days experience here, how will it be like?
Basic life to me, like I said, I can appreciate the hard workers because everything is done manually. I'm so used to if something I want to eat, I'll just heat it in the microwave. But when it's time to eat, you have to actually go in the kitchen and make the food, and I'm impressed every single meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So even with the donuts was made fresh and hot. So I was extremely impressed. I just believe that I can accept the fact that Americans is just, we have it a lot easier. I believe that the morals here are very strong. I believe that family values here are taken extremely serious, and I appreciate that, and I would love for that to, be more into what I know and see. It's just a difference. The family values, the family core is very,
I think what you say is correct. But now, as a business person or as a very ambitious person, the family tie also have some kind of disadvantages because you have to be there for every family member.
I think that could be a lot.
Here, I have to keep connection and bonding with someone from my great grandmother.
Now, I've seen that with you. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have 1 or 2 sisters and brothers. You have several, and we visited, or they visited us, every single last one of them. Everyone. So if he was to come to my hometown, he might see a sister or a brother. Maybe, but not the entire family. Not like how I met all of you. It's like so many nieces and nephews.
Exactly.
The only people I didn't meet is if they didn't live here in this village.
Exactly.
Yeah. So but I met everyone.
I think basically it's just what it is. So it has some advantage because maybe someone from your great grandfather is having a party. He will invite you. So while you are there, you have to leave your business. So that is a disadvantage, even though it has some very communal values, like you live in communities, like you don't nothing get to do you, and you have nobody at your back. So that is a very wonderful experience, but in reality, it has some disadvantage, or at least for somebody who is not just an employee or somebody who is business oriented like me. And of course, it also promotes you some way that if you are able to achieve something very wonderful, the entire family take credit.
Oh wow.
Yes. I can tell you that. So if you do something very wonderful, the family take credit. And if you do something extremely wrong, the family take the shame. So you are held, exactly. So you are held on a very high moral standard.
Yes. Morals here are very high.
Exactly. Yes. Morals are very, very high because everything is connected.
Wow.
So I think basically, but I think we have discussed as much as we should, but I want you to feel free and just talk randomly until you say it's over, and then because of the video.
I just want to say that if you ever come to Benin, he is your tour guide. Like I said, he is extremely professional. He takes his job extremely serious, and he's very welcoming. You know what? You overfed me. I think I ate so much. And even though it's not foods that I am used to and that I don't know, you found the foods that I know. You went out of your way to find foods that I know so I could be satisfied. And I think that is very important because that is the way you live. You have to nourish your body. And then even if I ate a little bit, you said, no, eat some more, eat some more. So I do like that because I am a foodie. And you just made me feel very, very comfortable overall. So I really appreciate it. Like 1,000 times. I appreciate you and your family. I do.
I think it's my honor and a simple proof that I can be multitasking and still achieve some good results.
And no matter what subject I talked to you about, you knew everything. It wasn't anything that I talked to you about that you didn't know about.
Now I think like when it comes to books, I don't watch movies, but like I watch I read current affairs, I read about personal finance, I read about business, I read about almost everything, and I'm involved in everything that gets to do with life. Because I think that is how life is. If you want to know life, you need to know history, economics, and then of course, if you know these things, personal finance, if you know these things, like you can be well rounded. There is no day that God made that I don't read. Yes, I told you from 2015 until 2019, I read a minimum of 25 books every year.
Yes, and I was amazing.
But and then
from your conversation.
And in 2020, where like Corona is everywhere, I read 93 books, and these books cut across history, business, sales, marketing, and personal development. And I think those are the things I'm very, very good at. That is why some people like they say, oh, like you don't rest, like you know almost everything. I'm a man of multiple parts, but I learn mostly by curiosity. So I learn mostly by curiosity. I think that basically that is my superpower. Like, let's be serious. That is my superpower, because like today when we are making this video, if I tell you where I'm able to go around, you will say it's a lie.
No, but listen, you don't stop. I don't think you had skates on many airplanes. You need a private airplane. You go so much, you always go and you always go. And everything you do is in a timely fashion. Even though some things haven't been on time a little, it was only slightly. It wasn't a big deal.
I told you, I was able to build an entire house in 2 months.
And even though you don't watch TV, you have a TV for
No. I have a TV for my wife to watch. So I don't impose my realities on her.
Yes. But it's about it because I'm a guest.
Exactly.
So for me and you,
exactly. So basically, it's just what it is. I was telling you, I built an entire house in 60 days. It is never done in this entire district. I have never heard of anyone building this kind of building in 2 months. But
I also want to say, when I seen your house, I say, wow, this house is the best house on the block.